Mark Meadows, former Republican Congressman, former Chief of Staff to Donald Trump, believes that God forced him to serve as Donald Trump's Chief of Staff because Meadows totally didn't want to do it. And his in-laws kind of thought, hey, you're nuts for doing this. But Crenshaw and his wife say that God made me do it. In fact, his wife went as far as to explain it away to her family, who did, according to her, say he was nuts for doing this. That's the word they use, nuts. She said, what choice did we have? God cornered us. That's the exact quote. God cornered us. So I guess somewhere in the Meadows world, they were just sitting there all happy, and God came in, backed him into a corner and said, by God, well, by me, you are going to work for Donald Trump, damn it. And you're going to love every minute of it. I am God. I'm out. And so they said, okay, well, I mean, you saw that. It was God. I guess I got to go do this. I don't want to. Wanted to be retired, but all right, here I go. Now, Meadows, in the past, has said the same thing about actually serving in Congress as well. He said, look, I didn't want to do it, but it was, this divine intervention of God. He came, he said, listen, you got to run for Congress. So apparently God, in this world the Meadows have created, just absolutely constantly wants to make Mark Meadows do things he doesn't want to do. Right? The trials and tribulations of Mark Meadows trying to fulfill God's will. Oh, poor, pitiful Mark, right? Let me ask you a question here, Mark. Did God make you get involved in all those scandals? By the way, not just with the Trump administration, but you also had a scandal when you were in office as a congressman about lying about your education, where you went to school and what degree you received. Did God tell you to lie to people? Because I'm pretty sure there's a list of rules, almost commandments you could call them, where God specifically says you can't lie. Like, that is a hell-worthy trespass. So I'm curious there. Like, God made you run for office, made you serve in Congress. Did he also make you lie? And maybe if he didn't make you lie, maybe your penance was having to go work for Donald Trump. Maybe that was God punishing you. Like, listen, you messed up, pal. Now you're going to suffer even more. Go work for Donald Trump. And then, of course, Meadows gets involved in all kinds of scandals with that, including most recently the revelation that he was coordinating with the organizers of the Stop the Steal rally. So, he's facing some problems with that, with the January 6th committee, which he also, by the way, yesterday said, hey, I'm not cooperating anymore. I was cooperating. I was, doing great with that. And then, of course, it went public. And now I'm not cooperating anymore. Dang it. Yeah. You kind of need to get your story straight here, man. What did God make you do and what did God not make you do? Right? Which part of your horrible career is God's fault and which is your fault? Trick question. It's all your fault, Mark. See, I absolutely despise when people use this God told me to do this. God led me here. No, it's a friggin' cop-out is what it is. Okay? You are responsible for your decisions. And anybody who pulls that, oh no, God directed me to do this. No, you're trying to shift the blame for the horrible decisions you've made in your life onto God. Take responsibility, damn it. Isn't that what the Republican Party has been telling the rest of the American public for decades now? Oh, it's all about personal choice and personal responsibility. And then when they get busted doing something stupid, it's like, well, hey, God told me to do this. I mean, we see it with Republican politicians. We see it with those right-wing evangelical pastors in their mega churches every time they get in trouble. Like, God was testing me and I failed. No, you failed because you're a piece of crap. God didn't make you do anything. You chose the path of a grifter and you need to own up to it. Because if there's one thing we know from the Bible, man, don't piss off God by lying about him. That really doesn't end well for anyone in that book that I'm assuming at this point, none of you have actually bothered to pick up and read.